Hi guys, I'm Gizzelle Uys, Miss Speaker International 2020-2021, and you're watching the Pageant PJs podcast.
Speaking of nightmares, I feel that Chloe will have nightmares about this music if she hears our intro theme anymore. Chloe, does it haunt your every waking moment, our theme song?
No, I actually sing along with it in the background whenever it's playing. I like it. I'm just a bit hurt that I haven't made an appearance in the video yet.
Because only people who I've shot
because.
What's the next line?
Forgot the line. She does.
We're off to see the wizard, right?
Yeah. And speaking of wizards, we've got
Miss Gizzelle Uys. Look at Gizzelle. Look at the makeup. Look at this. Gizzelle, hello. How are you?
Hello guys. Making an appearance on my holiday. I'm on holiday, but I'm here.
Pleasure to be here.
Always from Hollywood. It's a different scenery, you can see.
It's really pretty.
Thank you. The weather hasn't been playing along. Out of the 2 days sunshine that we had, I burned myself to a crisp, which is our thing to do, but all good.
Yeah.
I'll be tanned.
As long as you just don't go to the beach barefoot.
Oh no, don't start that again. Gizzelle, you remember the last time you were on, you terrified us with your worm in foot story.
Oh,
I can't remember that.
For a second.
I even put up the photos of the screen grabs of like Emma's and Chloe's faces, and Emma was like, and Chloe was like.
See, Chloe, this is the Halloween podcast, so it's what nightmares. Where nightmares come to life.
Yeah.
You should have told us that story. You should have told everyone that story for Halloween. For those of you watching at home, if you don't know, Gizzelle had a worm living in her foot, and it got so itchy she wanted to cut it out, and she thought that's okay. Yet she's terrified of spiders.
But I am doing something about my fear, one web at a time.
So cute. I love that.
I was going to say, it's ironic that you're so terrified of spiders, yet you drew a spider web on your head. So how do you think it would go? I mean, I just put up on Instagram that it was a year ago that we did, a year ago exactly to the day that we had this Halloween podcast. That's the one where Chloe had Scream pop up in the window behind her because her stepdad put it there. Gizzelle,
she has a clear background.
How are you feeling about spiders now? If I showed you a picture of a spider, would you be better at dealing with it?
I would prefer us not trying. Final answer.
Yeah, me. Chloe, are you phobic of anything?
It's actually a recent phobia. So a few years ago, I had lived in Belfast for a few months when I was here studying for uni. And there was a guy in my class at uni who actually lived on the same street as me. And when we were at uni, he asked me, he pulled me aside and asked me, Chloe, have you ever had any rats in your house by any chance? And I said, no, why? Because I was a few doors up from him. And he's like, yeah, because we've had to have exterminators in because we've had multiple rats in our house. And I was terrified that I didn't stay in my Belfast house at all for the rest of the semester. Like I was paying rent for a house that I wasn't even using. So I've recently moved back to Belfast and I've been terrified to even leave my bin out or anything because I now associate Belfast with rats. And like, if I hear the slightest squeak or anything, I freak. And recently, one of my friends was showing me her friend was at the same uni I'm at. In the middle of a lecture, a rat is running around and everyone's sitting there so chilled out. And the lecturer just said, oh, you all do biology anyway. You all dissected rats. You've all seen them before. No, if I was in that class, I would have been out the door. So yeah, rats for sure.
So yeah, right.
And then I had a cat one time who like thought she was giving me a gift by bringing a dead rat in, and I like screamed and locked myself upstairs, and I was the only person at home. So yeah, just
Fun.
I think like I just think they carry diseases and they freak me out, and no.
Well, yeah, rats definitely carry diseases, and cats
Yeah.
do like to bring you things as a gift to prove that they're worthy. So we don't let our cats outside anymore. Well, these cats have never, well, one of them hasn't been outside, but our previous cats, we did let them outside, and one of them, the male cat, would bring us possums, rats, and mind you, they'd always have their heads missing. It's not like it was. It's bad enough when it's whole. It's even worse on a Halloween theme when you see something on your back doorstep, on your doormat, and it doesn't have a head. It's not a good way to wake up in the morning, let's just say.
No.
And sometimes because they're quite camouflaged, you can walk outside and step right in the middle of it, which is just normal. Gizzelle, you're not okay with this? After your horrifying worm stories, I would have thought you're okay with this sort of thing.
Yeah, I have dogs at home. I don't experience these things. I'm sorry.
Do dogs never bring anything to the back door? Because dogs, obviously, they can hunt too, right?
Yeah, no, you see, they eat it. So I've seen my dogs catch birds and eat them. But yeah, they only bring me love, not beheaded little mousies.
Well, that's how cats show love, by bringing you beheaded little mousies, as you say. I just want to ask you guys, have you heard, speaking of phobias, I don't really have one, but there's been one video I saw on TikTok that has set me off, and I've not been able to stop. I wasn't able to stop thinking about it for a week. It's just disgusting. It makes me feel terrible. It's okay now. Have you guys seen the laser treatment for your skin?
Yeah, look, I like watching those videos.
Okay, I'm going to show it to you.
I love Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, this has been giving me absolute nightmares. That's her actual skin. So the laser runs over it and then makes the skin look like that. And it's all these little dots. And you know those people who had the phobia, well, there you go, the phobia with the iPhone because it had the 3 cameras. See that? And I just look at the dots and I'm like,
did you say someone had a phobia of an iPhone because it's got 3 cameras?
Yeah, it's tryptophobia or something like that. It starts with T. And a lot of people had a phobia of the iPhone because of the 3 cameras at the back. And it's something about little dots. And there's a genuine phobia. And the iPhone set everyone off.
They're big dots.
I don't know. It's something about dots and not quite being in uniform or having dots in a small area. But this has been giving me absolute nightmares. Obviously, it's not setting you two off. You're looking at it and it's fine. But for me, I look at this and I go, I can't. And then look at this guy. He's like, oh, God, I can just...
Can you put on pimple popping videos? I love those.
Oh, no, Chloe.
No. I love those.
You see, as girls, we all have like things like in common. So I know most girls like crime investigation and documentaries. Like, and I know loads of girls also like the Dr. Pimple Popping, but like,
I love it.
I watched one episode. Y'all, no.
Can you
it just
explain?
Looks so relieving. Like you can imagine how irritating those pimples can be, because pimples can be quite painful. So like the fact that they're popping them and like I just feel relief watching it, even though it's not my pimple.
You know when you have those big ingrown hairs, those long
I've
ingrown hairs?
I've actually never had one, touch wood. I've never had an ingrown.
They're gross. I've seen one. Wasn't on me, but I've seen a video. Sometimes it pops up and you don't want to see it, but you can't stop watching. And like this person thought it was something else because it was such a large bump, and they popped it, and then it was like a, you know, it's on your leg or your arm, but suddenly there was this really, really long
hair.
just one hair. It's like when people have what is it, like moles or something, and there's just long hairs growing out of it.
Yeah.
So, no, I can't watch stuff like that. Look at Gizzelle, she's worse than I am. Gizzelle, you don't share this.
Pulling a worm out is fine, but mold, yeah.
A worm is a living thing. This is, you're talking about your own hair. There's a part of you. And you're talking about putting like a worm and having it live inside your foot and crawl around, make your foot itchy to the point that you want to cut it out.
I can't.
How is that better?
They just, see, certain things just,
yeah,
it's the mold.
Well, I think it's like Stockholm syndrome. Like she got used to the worm because it was there.
Like, I made a face.
She had no choice.
It's only if the worm is holding her hostage, and that
yeah,
means
but
she would have.
It was. She couldn't get rid of it, so she had to learn to love it.
That's true. That's true. I did make a face.
It's like Beauty and the Beast worm version.
Yeah.
Beast didn't live inside Belle, I'm pretty sure, unless I missed that memo. I missed that version. But I mean, the thing is, like, phobia is defined as an irrational fear, which is why trying to make sense of them it doesn't work. But like that video, that skin video, nightmares. I don't know what it does. I don't care. It's literally burning your skin in little dots. And then rats I can understand. And then spiders I can understand.
I think it just grosses people, because myself and my brother, we did talk about this just today, because I told him one image that was, no, really, this is so crazy that we did. But I told him I can't get this image out of my head. I saw it when I was probably in high school, and it was a proper amount of years ago. I don't know how true it is, but on Facebook they wanted to name, like slam and name a brand of a shampoo. I won't say what it was, but they had a picture on the person's neck and shoulder was like this big lump, and it looked like little alien eggs in between, like in holes, and there where the holes were, it was like hard skin, and it's burned into my brain. I can't get it, and I'm very grossed out.
Alien.
And my brother was like, no, it's like, you do get a disease like that, where there's like bumps or
from your shampoo.
Not from shampoo, no, from like very bad bacteria, but there's actually a thing. Yeah,
what did you do with the shampoo?
No, I think it was just like a fake thing trying to slam the name of the shampoo.
So it was trying to say if you use this shampoo, you'll get this bacteria.
You'll get it, yeah.
Speaking of shampoo, no more tears. Has anyone ever been through that scenario?
We talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. So, Gizzelle, there's this baby shampoo that you're supposed to use for your young children, and it's called No More Tears. The idea is, when you get shampoo in your eyes, it burns and you start crying. Me being the intelligent idiot that I am I bet you this doesn't work. So I didn't squirt it right in my eyes, but I let it get in my eyes. I swear to God, you've never felt burning like that. I don't know if it's worse than normal, because it's not like I normally let shampoo in my eyes, but there were tears. I should have taken them to court.
Honestly, I get shampoo in my eye all the time, and nothing's ever been as bad as
No More Tears?
Yeah, No More Tears is the worst.
It should be No More Eyes.
Yeah,
I swear to God, that's why I needed glasses after that, because I burned my retinas out. It's terrible.
You should have taken them to court. That's bad.
This is a terrible. I have so many haunting images in my head already. That one that Gizzelle described that's disgusting. Huh? Don't want to what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you want to bring up YouTube and search the rat situation in Australia? It was actually on the news here a few months ago. It's pretty scary, and it's probably.
Oh, that's right. Hang on, I remember.
This is why I haven't been to Australia yet, just because of the animals running
well, you
around.
can
Come
see a
on,
nice
Gizzelle.
koala and a
Don't be a wimp.
kangaroo.
Oh
You know,
dear. Oh
over
dear. I'm not sure I
here,
want
Yeah.
to watch this.
over
Oh
here in South
Yeah,
dear
this
Africa,
was
me.
we'll call it a small gecko, and then in Australia it's an alligator. I don't think so. Alligator in your house? No, no, no.
yeah, this was on the UK news. What's going on in Australia a few months ago, and I could not believe this. There's
That's a
one
mouse,
video.
though.
There
That's
was
not a rat, that's a mouse.
there was one video of them running through the field, and you couldn't see the floor because the floor was just. Oh my
Mm.
god! I mean, actually, look at how fast they are. Oh my god! No, 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 no. Absolutely not.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
ooh,
The
ooh.
floor.
I think it's safe.
It's not fake. It was on the news, even here.
No, it's not fake. We did have some sort of an infestation. I can't remember why, but it's mice. It's not rats. So these
It's
are
the
like the
same
little cute
thing.
ones.
No,
Cute
they're
one.
still
No.
vermin.
Well, yeah, but I mean, mice are like the little cute ones that people might keep as a pet. But rats, no one keeps as a pet. Rats can be much, much, much bigger.
And uglier. Sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's still
yeah.
terrifying. How quickly they're all running around that floor.
Yeah.
The problem is
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to step anywhere because you know that wherever you step, you're going to end up stepping on one.
Yeah. I think
That's
Chloe
so
in the middle of the
gross.
room like that would just
I
out.
I
think,
think she'd rather die. I think she'd
yeah,
rather just die.
yeah,
Speaking of Halloween.
yeah, for
Yep.
sure. I would just
Yep.
hope that Scream's standing behind me. There he goes. I'm gone.
We could
They may
we
eat
could
my
give you a
body if they wish.
flamethrower. A flamethrower that might be able to help you deal with the mice situation.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's bad because I feel really guilty in my roommate because she always has to leave out the bins. And it's not that I'm being lazy because I do want to help out. It's just that I'm literally petrified to walk into our back alley in case I see one. And then I feel really guilty about it. So I need to get over that phobia because it's not fair, my roommate having to leave the bin out every time.
We don't have too many vermin in Sydney. I guess that's probably because Sydney is a relatively clean city. But every now and then you will, especially in our version of the subway, the train. It's quite dark, and every now and then you'll see something moving. And they're not many, but when you do see them, I don't know how big is big, but they can be sort of, bigger than the size of my hand. Like the body can be probably an inch or so bigger than the size of my hand, and they're quite. You're right there, Gizzelle. They're quite big. Like they don't look small and cute, and they're dark brown and dirty. They look like if they bit you, you'd get something from them. I think they'd beat up my cat. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Or swallow
That's
it
terrible.
whole.
Probably. I mean, my cat's
But
useless.
I always.
Sorry, you go, Chloe.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I just always worry in case they carry like diseases, like they're bound to, like
Well, they
even
will
with the
do
pandemic
because they
now.
live in filth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also eat
Rabies.
anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being on the safer side, Chloe. That's a reasonable phobia, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't quite know why it's so stereotyped that girls are afraid of mice or rats, though. I mean, rats are dirty and they're kind of disgusting, so I understand that. But, like a phobia, it's not like they see it and they go, ugh. It's like they see it and some of them faint. Some of them need to jump on the nearest chair or desk and they just start screaming hysterically. I don't quite understand that.
I am scared even when they're not there because I'm worried in case they might be there. That's how bad mine is. Like there's no reason
That's the
for
way.
there to be any, but I'm worried in case there is. That's why I won't even leave the bin out because I have a fear in case I see one because then I feel like I might faint.
Yeah. I feel that. That's how I feel about spiders. We we were on just a weekend getaway with my family, and they have like a little house in the middle of the bush, and I don't know what you call it overseas, but it's like a grass roof. Do you have that?
Oh, a
Like
little thatch roof.
Yeah.
So well, anything can hide in the grass. So I didn't then just shut any eyes, like not one. The whole night I was with my flashlight looking for something coming down.
And that makes it 10 times harder for you, because even though there might not be anything there, you convince yourself that there could be. I do the same. It's awful.
Because I was on the bed and my brother was on a mattress on the floor, and he looked up.
Oh, bless him.
He was just like, "Can you please come and lay on the floor then if you're scared of being higher?" And I was like, "Thank you."
What difference does it make? I mean, a mattress and the floor, there's not a huge amount of difference. Are you worried that the thing's going to drop on you first because you're closer?
Yeah. Like fight him before you fight
Yeah, but
me.
it could be crawling along the floor as well.
That's what I mean. I'd be more worried about the floor.
No, it was like a double story.
Oh, a bunk bed. A bunk
No,
bed?
the actual building was a double story. So I had to climb stairs to get to, like, I think you call it an attic.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't mind being on the floor, because the snake had to like climb the stairs before it had to get to me. But yep.
No.
I can't. It's so weird what we're afraid of. I'm not phobic of spiders, mind you. When I went, this is last year, when I closed the window and one dropped on my arm, I didn't scream, but I had that reaction, and I flung it. I think I happened to fling it back out the window because I was just so, they don't feel warm or anything. It just feels like this furry thing, and that they can move really quickly. So when it drops on you, you need to get rid of it, because otherwise the next thing it's going to crawl down your shirt or onto your head, and it's just this instant reaction. So yeah, but I don't like killing them. Like if they're here, I try to put them back outside the window. I try not to spray them or kill them, because I like spiders. They're good. They're good things, as opposed to rats. I'm not sure
and
what
spiders
rats
eat flies as well, and I hate flies. Yeah. I probably prefer spiders to flies, because I always worry that a fly will land on dog poop or cat poop, and then it could land on your food. I remember when I was younger, I had this salad, and it was like a nice sunny day, and my mum made me this salad, and I was so excited to eat it. And then I went out the back garden to eat it, and there's this huge, big, dirty fly sitting on my salad. Couldn't touch it. I had to throw the whole thing out. And it was strange, because whenever I was in Italy, I went to like this farmhouse experience thing, and this lovely lady was making this lovely Italian homemade cheese in front of me. But even when she's like making it, like I could see flies flying around, and it really made me overthink everything. I'm like, I can't be like so cautious and so paranoid over silly things like flies when they're everywhere. Even when your food's being made, those flies are probably near it, around it, floating around a bowl that someone's making the cheese with. Like there's no avoiding it. So like, I think sometimes we take it too far and we freak ourselves out too much about things. But yeah.
But if you think about it, I think you won't be able to get out of the house if you thought about every single thing that could go wrong.
I know.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, I told you guys about maggot cheese, right? Talking about cheese and flies. There is actually, I believe it's Italian, where they sort of make most of the cheese, but then what they do is they cut the top off, which is that the tough rind, and they leave it open so that flies do land on it and then lay their eggs and then obviously hatch into maggots. And this is, I don't know why, this is a thing that maggots begin to sort of somehow eat part of the cheese and process it. And then the problem is for me, when you, not that I don't want to eat maggots full stop, but when you cut into this cheese, the maggots are still moving.
Ew.
And I don't like, not why, I don't, no matter how good it tastes, I don't want to be eating maggots, like alive or dead.
Gross. Yeah,
it's maggot cheese.
Like the really bizarre part is I don't know if you guys have it in Australia or South Africa, but we have a TV show here called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where the
Oh yeah.
celebrities get sent to Australia actually. And throughout challenges, they get given like maggots to eat, like
Yeah.
horrible things to eat, like blended up insects into a shake, and they have to drink it. And yeah, like they have these things called a witchetty grub, and it's like this like big white
Ah, yeah.
chunky
Yep.
caterpillar, and they bite it and all this green pus comes out. It is absolutely disgusting. And these celebrities, obviously they get paid a big amount of money to go in, but I'm sorry, no amount of love nor money would ever make me want to
The
eat
witchetty
any of
grub,
that.
Chloe. The witchetty grub is, I believe, considered a delicacy for our indigenous people here. That one.
What?
They
They,
cook
they
them. I
like
believe they
eating
cook
it.
them. It was considered a delicacy. It's good old fashioned, as we say, bush tucker here in
Yeah, that's
Australia.
what it's called on the show A Bish Took a Trial.
Yep. That's an Australian phrase, I think, bush tucker. So yeah, the
Oh.
witchetty grubs. You know Cassandra Cashian, who competed in Miss Grand the year, I believe it was your year,
Did she?
2017.
Yeah, she was. I know her.
They
Did she
made
eat
her
it?
eat cockroaches.
No.
She feels about cockroaches the way Gizzelle feels about spiders, and you feel about rats. She's phobic of them. So can you imagine? I
Oh
don't think she
my
managed
goodness.
to eat it, but she put it in her mouth. Can you imagine? And cockroaches are the worst because they're really quick. They're like, can you imagine
Yeah.
if you nothing you wanted to spit it out, but then it crawled down your throat? It'd
I
be
hate
like
anything that moves quickly, which is kind of why those rats freak me out and those mice in that video. They're
mice,
running around the
rats.
ground. I think
Do
it's when they run.
cockroaches? Do your cockroaches fly at you? Because I didn't realize they did this until more recently, where there was a cockroach on my veranda, and I was going to close the door, and then it flew at me. It took off, and I swear to God, it was going to dive bomb me right on my nose. Do your cockroaches fly like that?
I've never noticed that. No. Oh
They can
no.
fly. It's even
Okay,
worse. So you
don't.
think it's dead on the floor. Imagine it's flying at your face. Like I need a tennis racket. We had I don't know if you guys have it, but there's a tennis racket item here that has a battery in it, and the strings are made of wire. And when you press the
Oh yeah,
button, it electrifies it. So you can
for
go
the
around
insects.
swatting flies, and then you hear
We have
zaps
that.
and zaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, except sometimes the flies here are so big. I remember I swatted one, and rather than going slap, and you sometimes see a spark and a bit of cloud of smoke. This one, I hit it, and it went snap, and you saw the smoke, and the fly was still going. I was like, "Uh-oh!" Hit it again, snap, and it's still going. Like,
Oh.
what is it not? Because some of the flies are so big, it doesn't kill them. It's just annoying. So I hit it again and again. And again. Oh dear. I really need that tennis racket back though, because it's
Yeah.
so mosquitoes. I'm not phobic of mosquitoes. Having said that, nothing ruins a good night's sleep. Like you're tucked into
Yeah,
bed and you hear
and the
the
Yeah.
sound.
and then it's like zit, and you know it's landed on your face, right? So what you end up doing is you try to hit it, and so you can like this on your own face, and then you go, "Do I get it? Did I get it?"
Yeah.
Land on your cheek, and then you're like, so you're spending your whole night slapping yourself in the face. I've had one. I get so annoyed. I will wake up, turn the light on, and I won't go back to sleep until I find that mosquito. It's
That's
just
crazy.
so annoying. One time, one bit me on my eyelid, so I woke up the next morning and I couldn't open my eye because my eyelid had swollen up. And I'm like,
Oh
oh god,
no.
that's why I
Are
don't
you
like
sure it
mosquitoes.
was the mosquito?
Yeah, I didn't catch some strange disease in the middle of the night, Chloe. But yeah, mosquitoes. I'm not phobic of them, but huge dislike, and I don't think they serve any evolutionary purpose, which is why they're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of them. I'd be happy if we
got rid of them.
if we
Yeah.
had no mosquitoes. I think we
Speaking
traumatized totally everyone. Yes, Chloe.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, speaking of spooky experiences and Halloween, I actually think we might have a ghost on our hands in my house. I had a really weird experience there. I believe it was last week or the week before. I believe I probably told you about this, Adrian, where I heard something in the room above me, which is where my roommate sleeps.
Mhm.
And I went downstairs and I made us both a cup of coffee and brought us up some chocolate bars. And I called her, I was like, Kiva, I've made us some coffees. And then went up to go and give her a coffee. She wasn't in. So I heard something in her room, but she wasn't even in. And I messaged her being like, right, I'm really freaked out. I've just made you a coffee. I heard you in your room, or what I thought was you in your room, and there's no one there. So she came back and she's like, I've been at uni. Like, I haven't been in the house. This is so weird. So we've got a ghost on our hands here, guys.
You say that with a smile on your face, though. You look happy about it.
Yeah.
It's Casper the friendly ghost, is it? A friendly Irish
As long
ghost.
as it's not a rat, I'm fine.
That's absurd.
I like how we have our orders of. I wonder if the three of us could actually live in the same house together without being set off by something. If there's spiders, Gizelle's out. If there's rats, you're out. If anyone's watching Pimple Popper or that skin laser, I'm out. I don't actually.
House is empty.
Well, like, where could we live? Honestly, in what country could we live? So we can't have spiders, mosquitoes, rats, mice. Danielle can't have snails. Where do we live?
I don't think there is anywhere we could go.
Yeah.
We need to live in one of those,
maybe
a medical
Arctic.
bubble or something.
We live in a
Maybe
hospital.
The
Arctic.
Antarctic. The Antarctic.
I don't think spiders can live there, can they?
Probably not. It's too cold.
Probably like
rats
weird
can't
mutant
live there.
spiders that are like.
Oh, imagine a mutant mouth growing.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, here, Stephanie has said you could live on the moon. That's
a
what we're
good
going to
idea.
do. I've mentioned this multiple times. I'm going to hit up Elon, my good friend Elon,
Yeah.
and
I
I'm
love
going to
Elon.
Mars. I'm going to live on Mars because Mars looks warmer than the moon. Although, no, that's not accurate. The moon also, on the bright side, is very hot. So either way, I'm good. All right. Either the moon, Mars, or Antarctic. We'll have to put this to a vote. So we'll see.
Adrian,
I don't know. You
Speaking
might
of-
find Dr. Pimple Popper on the moon.
yeah, you mind.
Yes, Giselle. Speaking of,
Speaking of eating cockroaches, can you maybe show Chloe the guy eating that word, the tarantula? Thank you, that word.
haven't you seen that, Chloe?
No.
It's
I don't
really
know if
funny.
I can-
He eats.
I show
holds it
everyone
out,
this. If we're going to be friends, I have to show you this video, and if you can make it through the video, then we can be friends. If you can't make it through the video, then we can't be friends. This is similar to what Marissa Butler does to suss out her friends. She did this to Danielle. She has a trail. She makes people hike. I make people watch this video.
If I can make it
I
through,
won't show-
anyone
I
can.
won't show. Hey, it's 3 minutes. Why? Since it's Halloween, why don't we just watch it? Because it's 3 minutes. You guys watching at home, you enjoy this, okay? So
When he's dead,
No,
my hand's
guys,
shaking. I'm
I'm
not scared. You're
concerned.
scared. Lightly salted. Oh, good.
Lightly
Can't
salted.
do it. Okay, that's God. I haven't heard God speak that loud in a long time. Maybe it's like a Band-Aid. I just open and look and get it over with. Okay. I don't want to touch it. I didn't even see him, okay? I opened the package and I saw a dark abyss, and that was enough for me. Look at what I'm making. No, I'm not reaching in there to get you. You better fall out or this ain't happening. Why is it so hot in here? He's hairier than I am. He's just waiting for me to undo all these protective coverings so he can pounce on a zebra. There ain't zebras here. Welcome to California. Cheers. He eats zebra. He came out at me aggressively, okay? Of course I'm going to react. I don't want to do it. All right. I'll hold it nice and steady so y'all can see it. That's the tarantula. Did y'all dismember him already, or was that from me
Is he
throwing him
dead?
about? I'm eating a tarantula,
yeah, it's
aren't
dead.
I?
Okay. That's not as bad then. That's gross.
I've never touched a tarantula, let alone put it in my mouth upon first meeting. First impressions are everything.
Look what the legs are like.
Terrified. I know for a fact, if I pour you onto my hand, I will throw you into the back seat
yeah.
almost immediately. Okay, it puts it in the hand. Please don't
He's
fall.
hilarious.
I'm trying not to react while this lady is walking by with her child. Now is not the time. Satan, Lord, remember that one time I held that door for that lady and she lost her cane? I bent over and picked it up for her so she didn't have to. You remember when I did all those good things for you? I'm never going to find a suitable mate if I cannot get over my fear of spitters. You're huge. He's huge. He's just sitting in my seat, okay? I'm not sitting down, but it says my airbag is on because they think a human being is sitting here. That's how big he is. I'm not touching him. Oh, I got tarantula legs all over my Prius seats. Hi, I'm eating a tarantula. I don't know why I keep poking him. If he came to life, I would literally come to death, okay? I would die. Oh, there's a leg in my cup holder.
There's a
Where
leg
to
in my
begin?
cup holder.
Yum. My favorite part of a tarantula is the whole tarantula. I'm gonna spit you out.
Oh no.
Eat it. Just eat the tarantula. It's like licking a dog. Hi. You still here?
Oh my
Okay, now there's a whole spider in my cup holder. Oh no, I broke his
That's
butt off upon
absolutely
impact. Where'd it go?
disgusting.
How do you lose a whole butt? Okay, where'd it go?
Oh my
Here we
god,
go.
I threw up.
Don't talk with your mouth full. Oh, it is lightly salted. Good. Well, that wasn't so bad now, was it?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go. I can't believe that, Gizzelle, you made it through that.
Getting better.
Oh,
I think if it had
Dave.
have been moving, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Maybe you should put up a video of the witchetty grub. So if you want to search like I'm a celebrity witchetty grub, so Gizzelle has an idea of what that looks like.
I need a moment just to compose myself after watching the tarantula video. Oh dear. Oh, this is going to be a traumatizing episode for everyone. Oh
It's
dear. Oh dear.
Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. Gizzelle, you said South Africa doesn't really have Halloween, right?
No, not at
So
all.
you guys don't celebrate it
no,
at all?
I've
You don't have
never
people going
ever
around trick and
seen-
treat?
No. So, which country should I visit first for my first
Derry.
experience?
Actually,
coming
that's
to
what
you,
we can
Derry.
look up.
Yes,
I'm
my
not gonna look
hometown's
up
going to be
witchetty grubs.
amazing.
I'm going to look up Derry Halloween and see what comes up.
Yes,
You
you
know what?
should.
Do you know what would be an awesome show? And I think we should start it. So, whoever's watching, this is my idea first. Don't steal it. So, Adrian, I think you need to get all of us beauty queens together for like a show like this.
Like
For
I'm a
survival.
celebrity,
Yes.
where we have
Survival.
to eat
Oh,
insects and stuff.
Yeah,
the
I
beauty
did
queen.
think of that. Yeah, before pandemic, I was planning on approaching a TV because I was watching Miss Grand Australia. I was in the audience and I had a couple of drinks, and me and the father of one of my good friends, we were talking about, because he'd worked in TV, so we were talking about how we could get a show like that onto air, because we're like, how can we make pageants bigger in Australia? The answer, reality TV. So that could work. But you know I'm going to make you eat spiders, right?
I'm out.
Derry,
I love Derry.
This is Chloe's hometown of Derry. And this apparently is a Halloween theme, a Halloween video. What does it say? It's Derry Halloween 2021. There wasn't a Halloween in 2021, though, was it?
Yeah, we're having it this year.
it's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting last year. Okay, yeah. So this must be. Oh, wow, look at it.
Yeah. It's amazing. So all week we've got a thing called Awakening the Walls, where basically we have tourists from all over the country come to visit us. And as you walk along the walls, there's different attractions and different things going on. We'll have acrobats, ghost stories, dancers, everything. Like every corner that you turn, you'll find something like interesting and exciting. Ghost walks. We'll have a big amusement park. Well, not amusement park, like a fun fair that comes to town at Halloween. So yeah, and we also have a massive firework display on Halloween night.
Crazy.
But this is a promo video, but if you could see what it actually looks like at Halloween, the crowds that we generate. We have so many people from all over the country come to visit. So I'll probably take my new video camera out with me this week and maybe get some footage of Derry Halloween.
Yeah. Is there any restrictions this year with COVID now?
I think that things are clearing up a bit now here. I think on Halloween night, actually, so midnight Saturday night, the night before Halloween, we can now open nightclubs and it's not mandatory to wear a face mask anymore as of midnight on Saturday night. So that could be quite exciting.
Yeah.
Not that I don't recommend people should probably still wear a face mask anyway, but
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you,
it's exciting.
you do what you're comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, this
It's
is, we don't have
amazing.
anything like that here. I mean, people, so we'll have little kids going around trick or treat, and you'll see some of the houses have, you know, their fairy lights or the fake cobwebs, but we don't have a festival like a Halloween festival. It looks like it's a huge thing that sort of takes over the entire city of Derry, right?
It is.
It's literally
And
Halloween town.
Oh, that's cool.
It's incredible.
Why, Chloe, I think I asked you this before, but I can't remember. Why is Halloween so big in Derry?
It's always really been, since I was a young child, we've always had our massive parade and our firework display on Halloween night, but that was all it ever was, just one night. And I would say over the last maybe 5-6 years, they've started doing things in the whole lead up to Halloween. So for an entire week before Halloween, we would have things like this, the Awakening the Walls, all these different fun fairs and parades and markets. And I think what it is Derry people are just really grateful. So if you ever hear of like a concert coming to town or to Derry or a big event, we really all come together, we come out and we really celebrate, and we're really grateful for tourism. So the fact that we've just always celebrated Halloween so much, Halloween just came to us basically. And we were winning awards for, you know, the town that celebrates Halloween most in the world.
Oh, wow.
And then more and more things just kept coming to Derry, and now we're just famous for being Halloween town. And it's crazy because since I was a little child, my favorite holiday has always been Halloween. I just love it. Yeah, so just really grateful to be from such an amazing place. And I never really want to go anywhere else at Halloween.
Oh, you don't have to?
I know.
That looks
You guys should all come.
amazing. Definitely, I'm there next year.
Yeah.
How is travel, international travel, looking for you, Gizzelle?
Well, South Africa is fine going out and in. And just I haven't had the chance yet to get my vaccine. So after holiday, definitely going to see to that. But otherwise, travel looks good. It's just the other countries that are closed. So I can hop on when I get my vaccine eventually.
Yeah. So we're beginning to open back up now because apparently we got Delta. That was why we were all in lockdown here in Sydney in Australia. And apparently once you have Delta, there's not been a single city in the world that's been able to get rid of it. So we've now hit, I believe, our 80% double vax target. So we're going to be opening up again. I mean, I can actually go outside now. I don't have to stay indoors only for essential purposes, go out. So things are slowly returning to normal, and international travel has been a big thing because there's still many Australians trapped overseas. But I know, for example, the Australian Open, the tennis next year, you know, people are going to be able to come in if they're double vaxxed. So, and I don't think you even have to quarantine now if you're double vaxxed. I think it's not 14 days. I think it might be less, or it might be completely gone. So we're slowly able to you're able to come to Australia fairly soon, I think. I know that people can travel to the UK because Savannah, my friend Savannah, who Chloe will remember, we've had Savannah Miles on our podcast. She's actually in London at the moment, and she's on her way from America through London through to Paris for a modeling gig. So she's obviously able to travel just fine. So, you know,
It's just the actual traveling that's bothering me because you have to have a mask on right when you get to the airport, right through, so you get out of the airport by your destination. And I mean, it gets a little bit rough if you have a thing over for so many hours, especially for me to America, it would be like, I think it's 23 hours, just the flight.
Yeah,
because I'm actually quite claustrophobic as well, so I get what you mean.
But one thing is good is the actual seats, because I have to social distance between the seats. So you get a bit of space.
I actually thought about. Okay, that's a good enough reason to fly then, because the one thing I hate is when you sat on the plane for like a 24-hour flight and you have these people who, you know, their elbows and everything, and you're stuck here, you know, like.
And your seat is like on your lap, the seat in front of you.
You think it's bad for you? You should be my height and see what it's like. Because even when you just sat up normally, my knees are up against the seat in front of me. So as soon as that person leans back, I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then, of course, being from Australia, everything is... Because I flew over to the UK just before the pandemic broke out. So it would have been March 2020. God, it would have been almost 2 years ago.
That's crazy. You just about made it here then?
Well, yeah, it's just before. If I'd been a week or two later, I don't think I would have been able to go, or I would have been stuck in the UK. But I had to wear one of those masks because it's about N97 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones that has to be held over your face with a really tight, like, elastic band. And I remember being on the plane. Yeah, and it is a bit harder to breathe, but the thing is, it's so uncomfortable after a while. It makes, and this is why I feel sorry for nurses and doctors, because they got to wear it every day of every week. And you can see some of them like have almost like permanent, it wouldn't be permanent, but almost permanent indents from where the mask has dug in, and they're not comfortable. So yeah, I can understand not wanting to go on like a 20-hour flight with that bolted to your skull. But you two would love Australia. I promise you, once you got here, it'd be worth it. But the flight over might be a little difficult. Well, now that we're open, you're more than welcome. We don't have Dairy Halloween.
As long as you get rid of those rats.
Well, they're not here, Chloe. Yeah, there's no rats and spiders. There's no rats running through here, so that's more on the outback. Spiders, look, I told you, like, the number of times I've come face to face with a spider, it's maybe a few times a year, Gizzelle. It's not, I mean, there are spiders out in the garden, but they're minding their own business and you'll see them.
How often do you see rats?
Never.
Never.
In the city, yeah. So I'm about 30, 40 minutes from the city. So if you go into, and so where I live, it's very suburbia, you know, housing and bush. So there aren't actually any rats here. We have rabbits running around, bunnies. We have some turkeys running around.
Turkeys, so cute.
Yeah, yeah, and I've got the chickens here. So I've got chickens, turkeys, bunnies, and then I got my big fat stupid cat. But when you go into the city, because it's more high rise and dirty, you occasionally will see rats there. But that would be like even maybe once every third or fourth night out, you'll see a rat. It's not like infestation. It's nothing like that. Because Sydney, I think it's because Sydney is pretty clean. I think that's why.
Yeah.
But didn't kangaroos become really like a pest, like at a point? Like there was so much of them. Now.
So I think there's bounties on kangaroos. So farmers actually get money for killing them. Because they're pests. They're eating all the farmers' crops.
Did that happen?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, I thought it was my internet.
No, it's mine. It's mine. Yeah, they were a pest, but remember we eat kangaroos, and kangaroo actually it's like deer. Like venison, it's quite it's good source of protein, very gamey, not much fat, but they're as cute as. Actually, I don't think kangaroos are that cute, if I'm honest.
I think they are.
A little baby one. A little
I know.
yeah, okay, the little one. But you know, they can be really big. They can be taller than me, and if they kick you, they can kill you. So I don't exactly know why people think they're cute. Koalas, I understand.
Those videos of them actually just standing up and ready to punch, that's hilarious.
It's so cute.
I know it's very dangerous, but
there are different sizes, right? So a wallaby, not to be confused with a wombat, a wallaby, which we actually had one that used to go through our garden. It's like a miniature kangaroo, and it was only like maybe 2 feet tall, and it had these black paws, a black little mask, and black legs, and would bump, bump, bump through my garden, eat my mum's flowers, bump, bump, bump. So the funny thing was, because I loved it because it was so cute, I'd be taking videos of it and photos of it. My mum, because it was eating all of her flowers, would go out with a saucepan and start banging on the saucepan with a wooden spoon, going, shoot, shoot, shoot. And I'm like, oh, but it's so cute. And the wallaby doesn't care, because the wallaby's like, what are you going to do? You can't catch me. So when you get up to it, it just runs away. But wallabies are the small ones. They're really cute. But a red kangaroo or grey kangaroo, it can be taller than me, can probably weigh 200 or 300 kilos. And if it kicks you, it can disembowel you. I mean, that's actually how they fight. So they'll rear back onto their tail and then kick with both legs, kind of like some similar way to a cat will do. But obviously a cat can't rear onto its tail. But that's why I don't really understand why people think kangaroos are cute. Yeah. Koalas, wombats, I can more understand. Platypus, if you guys know what a platypus is, I could more understand that.
I thought the same
Although, you know, platypus are poisonous, though, right? This is the thing. A lot of people don't know. Yeah, they have a spur on their back feet that is, I think it might just be the males, but it's poisonous. So when they say that everything in Australia is trying to kill you, it's an exaggeration, but in a way it's kind of true. Because even the trees here, the tree that we're famous for, you know, the gum tree that the koala likes to sit in, they are just one giant tall trunk. And then at the top, really, really long pointy branches that are like giant javelins and spears. And they break off. And when they come down point first, they can kill people. In fact, one of the branches fell off and crushed my car. This was several years ago. No. And I had to go and have my car repaired. It smashed the windscreen, beat up the bonnet, and it was just a giant branch. And people go, when I say branch, I mean it was, you know, over a foot thick. So it's basically a tree. So this is when I had Emma over here, who went up to win Miss Universe Great Britain because she survived her Australian trip. But the joke was everything's trying to kill you. And it's like, everything kind of is, but it's still very safe as long as you don't do the stupid touristy things, which most of the Brits do. It's like they go to a rock. Oh, I wonder what's under this rock. Don't do that. Oh, look at that thing. I'm going to pick it up and have a look at it. No, that will eat you. So as long as you don't do those sorts of stupid things, you're completely fine. I've never been bit once by, or even come close to getting bit by a spider or eaten by a shark or eaten by, no, it doesn't. It's not that bad.
There's a shark in the water. Crikey, mate.
Crikey, mate.
You know, the scary thing, Chloe, with this is that your Australian accent is better than mine. Put it on, that is. It is.
The only thing I can say is crikey.
Crikey.
Americans think I'm British when they hear my accent. Australians can think I'm Australian, but Americans think I'm English. So I don't have at least I don't think I have a really Australian accent. Yeah,
people think I'm American. Like even in America, they're like, "Where are you from? California?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. Like, no, I'm not."
I'm from the American city called Derry. But I said this when I first met you, Chloe. I said you sounded Americanized Irish. Is what I said you sounded like. It does sound
I get American a lot. Strange.
Except when you say "noi" or "boil."
Boil.
Wee bun.
Wee buns.
Wee buns, Gizzelle, okay? Yeah. We told Chloe, like Gizzelle went around saying "wee bum," thinking that's what the phrase was. I was horrified when she told me, it's like, it's not "wee bum," it's like "wee buns." Buns, like little buns. Or as Chloe would say, baps, but then she gets annoyed about baps.
No, I like baps. They're not rolls, they're baps.
That
It is a bap. It's like a bap with flour on it. You get it in Doherty's Bakery. Yeah, it's like a bap with flour. You get it in Doherty's Bakery, and then
Flour, show you.
Just slap it with
bap of
butter,
flour?
stick some cheese and ham in that thing.
Bap is a bread roll. Gizzelle.
No, it's
She's talking about it's not a bread roll because then you annoy Chloe, but think bread roll or hamburger bun.
Bap.
Okay, bap. All right.
It sounded sweet. My head was going to sweet.
Of course it is, because
you're cake or something.
That's what you always think of. You wake up in the morning, you just eat muffins and croissants and Nutella. But speaking of things that set us off, Chloe gets set off by baps. Everyone knows I get set off by cheeky Nando's. Gizzelle, is there anything that just sets you off on a rant? I don't think there is. Is there something that you just can't shut up about? Yeah, like if the girls start talking about cheeky Nando's, I can't stop yelling about it. Like it's such a stupid thing. What does Daniel get set off by?
The scone.
Oh, the scones. Yeah, jam on first or cream on first. Yeah.
Is there anything that sets you off?
Come on, Gizzelle. What sets you off on a rant? I've never actually seen Gizzelle on a rant, though.
This
too nice.
Very little. So I have a weird pet peeve that would do that. And then if somebody's being really inconsiderate, I just...
Oh.
My brother says if a girl snaps her fingers, any of us know she's really angry.
Is it again? What are you doing?
You're just like... Yeah, you're slapping.
Is this what you do when... Does this mean Gizzelle, like it's go time for Gizzelle?
If I scream at somebody, I'm like, couldn't you understand?
I still really can't visualize you, Gizzelle, being angry, though, because you're doing this with this giant smile on your face. I can't imagine you being angry.
I can't either.
It must be something really huge. Or it must be a build-up.
The explosion, keeping it inside, and then just boom.
Just yeah, but that really happened. But my weird pet peeve is it's so weird, and I do this in somebody else's house. This is probably wrong, but a toilet roll, if like the paper is under, not over, so I'd literally take somebody else's roll and switch it. Like I can't. Why is it under?
I do that too. I don't know why. It annoys me. Like it doesn't work properly when you have it the other way around. So I know it's weird. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It would just go. I would, or you just like let it roll down and be like, look what you did now. Look what you did now. All the toilet paper's on the floor now. Put it over, not under.
That happened to me yesterday. Like all the toilet roll was on the floor. I don't know if it was because the toilet roll was wrapped the wrong way or because my cat, bless him, they like to go to the toilet roll. They look at it for a while and then they start going like this.
Yeah.
And then you find all the toilet roll on the floor and the cat's sitting there going, hi, love me. Chloe has been... Chloe and I have been on the phone a couple of times and all Chloe's heard me slap. All Chloe has been saying is stop slapping the cat.
Yeah, don't do that. That's my pet peeve.
It's on his bum.
Did you see that video I had my story with the little white dog that went?
Yeah, no, your little Paris kind of dog. Yeah, the big dog slap him on the butt. He's like, why you do that? The little dog slapped him, then it went rah like that.
Yeah, the little dog went crazy because it was like a big dog, and he was like so chill, and then there was a little dog, kind of like Paris, and slap on the butt, and she went crazy.
Yeah,
that's not good. The little dog.
Well, I want to now go have a dairy Halloween and a dairy Chinese. Yeah. I want both dairy Chinese.
Have a very dairy Halloween.
a very merry dairy Christmas. I want dairy Chinese. I really feel like I need a
It's
dairy Chinese.
unreal.
Okay, so we are booked
Perfect.
for a trip next year.
Yes, we'll have the Halloween special live in Derry. We can document the experience and be good fun.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
mean-
would be fun is if we all went on a cruise together.
Oh my God,
Oh,
yes. Karaoke
so-
every night with Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, I feel you.
Yes.
Me and
It's
Chloe
funny that
should have made
we
a few years
no,
back.
we've done this enough that we know like each other's favorite songs and each other's phobias and each other's pet peeves. This is the best part of pageantry. Like I'm here in Australia, Chloe's over in Belfast and Ireland, Gizelle's over in South Africa, and then the Cockney is wherever she is. It's
wherever Blackpool.
Yeah. Oh no, don't talk about Blackpool. Oh god, this is the other. No, don't you start, Chloe. Oh,
What, my childhood favorite place.
No.
Why?
No,
Well,
Gizzelle, did you see Danielle put up a story on her Instagram and goes, Adrian, this one's for you. And she's driving past a sign, and on the sign it says Pleasure Beach. And I'm like, oh god.
it's amazing.
That was my reaction. Because you got to know the first time I heard about. So Pleasure Beach is an amusement park. But the problem was the first time I heard about it was from, I think it was a teenage contestant telling me how much she loved Pleasure Beach. And, you know, when you're thinking about young girls going to Pleasure Beach, I was just like, I think I'm missing something here. But I'm not going to ask about it too much. So now these two love talking about, you know, Pleasure Beach and, where smiles are made. And it's like,
yeah, there's roller coasters, and my favorite ride is Valhalla, which is like a Viking ride. I love Pleasure
Didn't
Beach.
you say it was really rickety though? Like last time you went on it with Eden, didn't you say you got a sore neck?
That was in Alton Towers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
That was
Pleasure
the
Beach
Wicker
is
Man.
better than Alton Towers?
No, I like Alton. I don't know. I feel like roller coaster wise, Alton Towers is better. But there's a few good classics at Pleasure Beach. Like when I was a kid, me and my dad would have always either went to Alton Towers or Blackpool. Like we always switched between the two, and I love them both equally because both of them are kind of my childhood. So yeah, it's like picking between children. Alton Towers and Pleasure Beach are like, they're my childhood. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if you like theme parks,
I love theme parks.
exactly my point. We have some big theme parks here on the Gold Coast where I used to live. There's Dreamworld. There is is it Universal
Pleasure
Studios?
Island.
And there's one that's water based. So like it's all the water slides and
Wet and
things
Wild.
like that. That's good fun too.
There's one of those.
Yeah, Wet and Wild.
Yeah, they have that in Orlando, Florida as well too. Really
I was going to say, you need it where it's somewhere warm. You can't have it somewhere cold because you get soaked all the time. But yeah, that's good fun.
No, I miss Orlando. I haven't been to Orlando, Florida in years. I've been to Miami multiple times for getting on cruises and stuff, but I haven't been to Orlando in, I would say, over 10 years. About 15 years maybe. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Sounds like someone's itching to travel.
Yes. Disney World, Universal Studios, Wet and Wild, like Animal Kingdom, the thing is, when I walk through a theme park, I feel like a kid again, and I think like that feeling's priceless. Like
very
walking
true.
through, yeah.
I really want to go to like a big. I think in America they call it like a carnival. In the movies, it's usually on a boardwalk. You have like a big merry-go-round. And
we have one of those in Derry for Halloween now.
What do you call it?
A carnival, yeah.
Is it a carnival? Isn't it something else? So they have like a few rides.
No. I call it a carnival. I mean, you could call it a circus as well. They sort of go hand in hand.
No.
Yeah.
There's one in Brighton.
Usually In the movies,
A
it's
fun
usually
fair.
it's right by
It's
the
fun fair.
like the bay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun fair. They usually get those in
Yeah.
Blackpool as well by the pier.
See,
It's
I think I really
separate.
want
You
to go to
mean-
like a big
Do
one.
you mean something like this?
Yeah.
This is at Brighton, so I've actually been here. You mean something like this?
But with like rides though. I think
Yeah,
that's
they
I
are
think
right.
that is a
Just-
ride in the background, that big tall thing.
Yeah, it
I
was pretty
can't
run down when I last went there. Oh, it's
I don't
just
want
a
to put
small
my
photo.
face
You can-
in the camera, but
Yeah.
yep, that's
I was
it.
gonna say, yeah, I went to
Yeah,
Brighton
yes, yes,
a
it's
few
that
years
one.
ago, and they said they had world's best fish and chips. That was a lie. Just letting you know, Australia's fish and chips is
No.
much better than Brighton's. But yeah, well, we're gonna have to organise a get together at some point. Now that we're starting to be able to travel, we'll just have to decide where and
Well,
when.
we can start off in Derry Halloween and then we can do a cruise.
Yeah, work our way through the continent.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a year's time. Okay, that's
Sure.
something to work towards. Then.
But I think we have to stop everywhere because I think you have contacts everywhere in the world now, Adrian.
He does.
Yeah, I've been putting the sorority list together and the people that I want to invite to sort of be the founding members, and I can't quite believe like the list of people that I know. It's insane in terms of pageant world, and I didn't set out to ever do this. It wasn't like when I was 18. I said one day I want to be a pageant interviewer. That's my dream goal. It's like no, but it's just weird given how many people I know, such as yourselves. And you know, Miss Grand this, Miss Eco that, Miss Universe this. I'm going to know probably 4 people competing at Universe in December personally. So it's
That's
just
amazing.
it's insane, and coaching 2 of them. So sometimes my brain goes, "How did I end up here?" And I don't have a good answer for that. I don't. I don't know. Like I can't remember. Like Gizzelle, how did you first see my stuff? Was it on Instagram or a YouTube video?
No, it was Google that pulled me to you did an interview on 2 girls that went to a pageant system that didn't treat girls correctly.
Not Eurocontinental.
Yes.
Oh, no.
That was my first ever video I saw of you. Yep, because they contacted me and I was like, something doesn't add up. Something sounds fishy.
They contacted me too.
You too. Oh, see, these people. Yeah, so I started Googling, I started doing my research, and then I found you.
That bloody video. It's so funny because I say,
but
and I
South
keep
Africa's
saying,
not part of Europe, so.
Oh no, they can compete though.
They have like, it's very weird. They have the national one, and then they have the international one. It runs at the same time.
So strange.
It's like 2 different stages. It's very confusing.
Oh, they're announcing results for Miss Great Britain.
Stephanie, if you know the results, let us know. I did tell Danielle, because Danielle's there. That's why she's not here, by the way. I told Danielle if she wants to jump on when they're announcing the announcements. Good job, Adrian. Announcing the winner and to let us know. But we'll hop off in a sec because we've been on a while. But Gizzelle, talking about Eurocontinental, because I keep saying it's my most watched YouTube video, and I get messaged probably at least once every 2 weeks, someone saying, "Thank you so much for doing that video." And I literally, no joke, I will show you here. I got a message overnight. I don't know if you can see it, but there was a comment over here that says from Tal M, and it says, I'll blow it up for you. Thank you. Oh, this is going to work. Work. It says, "Thank you for posting this. I was lucky my agent stopped me from even replying to their invitation, but otherwise I would have fallen for this." And that was 10 hours ago. And that video has been watched, and this is not a great thing, but I'm grateful I did it. This video has now been watched almost 5,000 times.
Amazing.
And a number of comments under it. If you have a look, 38 comments, and it's all thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See that? And it's just that's sometimes why, like, I don't like being that person because I just want to cover the positive side, but I think it's very important to cover this side as well to keep girls safe.
Yeah.
And thousands of them. I mean, they contacted a girl in South Africa and a girl. Oh, look at that
They
across
contacted
the
me.
world.
They contacted me to send a girl from Australia. This is before I knew who they were. I'm just lucky I didn't really trust their message because I don't know the messages that you guys got, but the message I got, it just didn't seem quite
Instagram DM?
right. Yeah, no, I got an
Yeah.
email, a proper email, but their message just seemed overly, overly polite and overly nice and seemed to be like promising too much. I didn't, and also if you just go to someone who you don't know and say, send us a girl, that should be setting off warning alarms anyway, because you don't know this person. So send us, like, I think you should do more research in that. But, okay, I didn't know that's how Gizzelle found out about me. Chloe and I met through a games night. That was very, very random.
Did.
Oh, that is awesome. When was that?
Me
Last
for
year?
about, probably just maybe 14, 15 months ago, about 2 or 3 months into the pandemic. And then she had only known me for about 40 minutes, and then she put up an answer of Adrian's poop. That was one of the questions. And then she said that underneath my bed you'd find Kim Kardashian's underpants.
Oh, wow.
I thought it would be funny.
When is the next game night?
I know,
Very
we should have
We haven't done one. We haven't done one forever. We could do another one. I mean, we're coming towards the end of the year, so we might have one.
Yeah.
And then I can participate this time.
Amazing, because last time we had like Team Ireland, Team England, Team Scotland, and Team Wales, but this time we could have like a World Cup. Like we've got Ireland, we've South Africa, with USA. We could all get teams together, like, and have like a World Cup of pageant games.
What we could do, just because we know so many people from the UK, it could almost be like a Europe versus the world sort of situation, because so many people I know in the UK or Ireland, so there could be Team Europe, and then everyone else can fit in Team World, whether it's South Africa, Australia, America, because that's one thing they do with, it's called the Laver Cup in tennis, because it's stacked so unevenly where the players come from. Team Europe versus Team World, we could do that.
Yeah, because I actually did. I actually did a transatlantic cruise one time, and when they had the poolside games, because it went from America back to the UK, half the ship was from America and half the ship was from the UK. So we had like the US versus UK Olympics, like at the poolside on the cruise, and it was lots of fun.
Who won?
I can't remember. No, I actually was like the person that like held the towel when they were like racing to grab the towel, like, because I couldn't swim in the water because I can't swim, but yeah,
you held the
towel for another day.
The towel,
the shire, flyer.
Gizzelle has that Irish accent of yours going towel.
No. It's coming, guys. It's coming on. I'm really practicing.
Oh, accents. If there's one ability two things I'd like to be able to do. One is sing, and two is be able to do impressions. I am so jealous of anyone who can do good impressions.
I think you do a good Derry one.
No, I just know Derry slang. There's no way anyone would actually believe I'm from Derry. I can't do a sustained Irish accent. I'd need to practice it a lot. And even then, I wouldn't be like Danielle with her Emma Jenkins impression. Like I wish I could really, really do amazing impressions, but that's not to be. Anyway, we've been on for a while, so why don't we leave it there? I haven't even asked. Let me quickly ask Gizzelle, because she recently handed over. We probably should ask. So Gizzelle, on the weekend, there've been so many pageants happening. Have you guys noticed? Like right now is Miss Teen GB. There was Miss Universe. Then Miss Galaxy UK is coming back. I was like, oh my god, I can't keep track. But Gizzelle, how was handover for yourself?
No. Well, for the South African one, I think it did made like it did hurt a bit because I think it's just such a big part of my life by this time because I had the title for a year longer than what the average girl would. So I think it's just become such a big part of my life, even though I know I have to give another crown over in a few months. Actually thought it wouldn't be a big deal because I know, it's just the South African one, but it did tear up a bit. But it went well. Yeah, I still told my mom, I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to be dramatic about it. I'm not going to cry on stage. I'm like, no. And then first I thanked them in my speech and already started tearing up. And eventually I was just like, okay, when is this over? Yeah, no, but it went well. I'm very, very happy for all the girls. They're all so beautiful. So one girl really made an impression. I told Adrian about it, but one of the teen contestants had a really bad stutter. So she struggled to get through sentences, but her attitude towards it was so amazing. She's just so composed and calm, and she just said, yes, I'm doing this. I'm going to compete. This is not going to hold me back. And that was very inspiring. So, yeah, it went well. Miss Essay was the same night, though. So we drove back home, and I was on my phone just like, did I watch this show, though?
That would have been an insane weekend, though, because on that same night was also Miss Universe GB. That was why I was like all over the place because I didn't do it. And then for the book that I'm doing now, I think I've shown both of you the list. I can't remember if I haven't. I'll show you. But the list of names on that list, they are pageant household names, if there ever were pageant household names, and 3 of them were at Miss South Africa, either judging or comparing. It was ridiculous. And then you had Miss Eco. There was Miss Universe GB, and then obviously Emma, who we had on. Actually, when you two were on when we had Emma on, then she won Miss Universe GB, and my brain is just like, I got to remember to congratulate everyone, check in on this person, and then you're like, oh my God, what's happening? And then I'm coaching people for Universe, and it's like, oh God.
It's time for a manager now, Adrian, and like a very detailed day journal.
That would work for most people, but there are so many different things I need to keep a track of. I'm actually struggling with that a little bit. I had a bit of a session yesterday trying to sort my life out just because there's moving parts, because I got to remember myself as well. Like I want to get my health and fitness back on track and all that other stuff. And it's coming up to Christmas. We talked about Halloween, but 2 months to Christmas, and we're actually going to be able to have like a proper Christmas by the looks of it. So I'm like, oh, should I have a Christmas party? We could have it in person. It's summer here. Have a barbecue. And it's like, who do I invite? So there's just, I think because COVID and Corona, the lockdown was just so long for us here in Australia that I'm not used to life going back to normal yet. And then Pageant Land just kicked off. It's like the 4 majors are going to be happening within 2 months of each other. Grand Universe, World, Earth, they're all happening. So it's been a little difficult to keep up, if I'm honest. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm glad to hear handover went well. I'm glad to hear there were a few tears. I'm not surprised to hear that you were being dramatic. I like it whenever you say Gizzelle was being dramatic, and you say it as though like that's never happened before. I'm like, Gizzelle, it seems to me like you're being dramatic more often than not. Just a heads up. It might be the acting in. Has she ever told you about when she thought she broke her toe? Has she ever told you about what happened then? I'll let her tell you about it off air. No. I'll let you tell her about it off air because it's hilarious. Look, let's hold it there. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Have an amazing time. And thanks to Chloe and Gizzelle for their time. Danielle, wherever you are, hope you're doing well.
We love you.
We will. Yeah.
Yes,
he loves you too.
Okay. If I have to, and we will speak to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Pageant Sorority Access opens up on Monday the 1st of November. To get early access, head to thepageantsorority.com and enter your email address. Hope to see you there, and see you next time.